everybody. It's Cassidy Cotton with the Cotton Group at Simply Vegas, and I'm here to present you with your December 2019 monthly market report. And as usual, we'll just jump right into the news. I want to let you guys know what's going on as we're ending the year, heading into 2020. This is an election year, so I want to talk about the recession a little bit. And what's interesting is economists are pushing back recession timetable. Okay, in the Wall Street Journal survey of economists, they were asked the question, when do you expect the next recession to start? 34.2% said next year, while 29.3% said the following year. And what's interesting is that number is down from 50% just earlier this year. So what's happening is that time horizon is being pushed out. Why, you might ask, right? So basically from Goldman Sachs, they said, we are reasonably confident that U.S. growth is improving, that the sharp drop in mortgage rates have reinvigorated a housing recovery after a slowdown that we saw in 2018 and the beginning of 2019. The structural outlook, okay, is also strong as the level of building activity remains well below demographic demand. So from a supply and demand standpoint, demand is still strong, relative to our supply. So having said that, Jonathan Kanarek, the CEO of BuildFact, said, amidst concerns of recession, it's promising to see that the housing market is responding to the impact of mortgage rate decreases and other positive moves in the market. If housing continues showing the promise of growth or even leveling off, activity has the potential to stimulate the larger economy. So again, things are looking strong. We have a more positive outlook. And really what it is that people are concerned about a return to 2008, guys. I've shown the slide many times. And in the case of recession, what they're saying is, the experts are saying that it's going to be pushed off further. And if it does happen, we may not even recognize it to happen. Remember, in the last 5 recessions, only in 3 we've seen increases in housing prices. When we see a slight decrease, and only in the last one did we see a major decrease. So people are concerned about housing affordability. We've seen prices run up, and what we see here is the National Association of Realtors is showing that in terms of the historic norm being 21.2% in terms of percentage of income spent towards housing, what we're seeing is that number has been decreasing and is now down to a low of about 15.2%. Okay, and what that means, guys, is housing is more affordable. I've talked about this over and over again. So having said that, we'll jump on to this next slide, which really kind of illustrates it very, very nicely. Okay, so we have home prices, and those have increased, okay, 5.7%. So what we see is, when we're talking about the average income and the average house, we've seen a loss of $21,300. But we've also seen a decrease in mortgage rates of 0.85%, which gives you an additional affordability of $40,200. Plus, we've seen an increase of wages of 1.5%. So that's actually a $5,600 bump as well. So when you do all the math, we're actually seeing an increase in purchasing power of about $24,500. So homes are more affordable, right? And homes are a good investment. I just want to again share what we're anticipating over the next few years. Home price expectation survey, Mortgage Bankers Association, Zelman & Associates, Fannie Mae, National Association of Realtors, and Freddie Mac. Everyone is seeing house appreciation over the next few years. Remember, historical average is 3.5%. Okay. Now, just to kind of give us a general overview, with mortgage rates at historic lows, consumers are experiencing greater buying power and increased affordability in terms of their housing decisions. Now, Americans are also choosing real estate as an overall safe investment. They still feel, even though some folks are concerned about recession, we still kind of generally feel like U.S. housing is outpacing savings accounts, gold, bonds, and stocks in terms of a good place for your money there. So, and then let's just also consider the opposite. This is what's been happening to rental rates since January of 2012 to today. They're on the rise, and they're still on the rise. they're going to push that as much as humanly possible because folks want a return on investment. They want the highest return on investment possible. So having said that, again, guys, here are all the resources from all of the slides that I've given you. I've tried to make this a much more succinct, a much tighter monthly market report. If you have any questions about where I get my sources, I can share all this stuff with you. I have no problem doing that. Again, another thing I want to mention is that the new buyer and seller guides are available. If you'd like a copy, let me know. I can send it to you electronically or physically. Just hit me in the link below, send me a DM or whatever format we're on. Just contact me and I'll get that to you. And last but not least, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy holidays, man, and I wish you the best. Cassidy Cotton signing off for 2019 Cotton Group.